I'm John Ellsworth with Success Strategies. I'm the founder and president of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want to welcome you to our presentation this morning. Thank you for joining me today. I've entitled this one, These Three Things. Now that may sound really simple, but what I've been thinking about lately were specific tactics that in my own business have really helped increase my success levels and maybe boost my resourcefulness, if you will. And actually the tactic I'm going to talk about, the technique I want to explain to you, was introduced by my business coach, Dan Sullivan of the Strategic Coach organization. And he calls it the three most important items. And it sounds really simple, doesn't it? Three steps, three things, three items, whatever you want to call it. It sounds really simple. However, I would counter that it's not as simple as it sounds. And the primary reason for that is your day, just like my day of working, not every day, but some days, let's just leave it at that, some days, there are just many interruptions. The challenge with this is they all seem important and crucial and significant at the time. But the reality is, when someone comes to you with an accounting problem, when someone comes to you with a labor issue, somebody can't do something, they don't show up for work, in this day and age, things like that happen more than we'd like. I guess if they happen at all, it's more than we'd like probably. But the reality is, people coming in and demanding raises or another raise, your feeder pushing for another raise, for example, those are challenges that they may be important items, but they're important items possibly for another day. I'm not talking about things like your office or your barn being on fire. That's critical. We got to act on that immediately, of course. That goes without saying. That's just common sense. But we aren't talking about things like that. We're talking about everyday issues that occur occasionally, but we can deal with them another day. As a matter of fact, they may be one of your top three things for another day. But here's the thing to remember. In this whole concept and the application of it, as I've found it and how it's worked for me, the key is to make the main thing the main thing. So here's how you do this. This is how I've been implementing it, and you can tweak it a little bit if you want, but these are the primary focal points on this. Here's how to implement this. Number one, at the end of each day, I'd like you to list the top three tasks that you're going to focus on tomorrow. And ask yourself the following question. If I complete these three tasks, will they push me forward? Will they push me and elevate me closer to my objectives for my business or your personal life for that matter? Will they get me where I want to go? Will they take me there? That's critical, because if they're not really helping you get toward your objective, then you have to ask if they're really something that should be included in the main thing, your top three objectives for the day. So ask yourself, after you listed these, what you think are the top three, will they get me where I want to go? Next, stay focused. And that is an easy thing to say, but a difficult task to accomplish sometimes. So it doesn't matter whether you're running a dairy, a consulting business like my own, a bank, whatever you're running, whatever you're operating, the key is to stay focused. And every day you will find that if you get these things done, you're going to accomplish more than your competitors or your peers, if you will. The important thing to remember also is that these top three items every day can feed into your monthly, your quarterly, or even your annual goals, because they're the steps that you need to take to get to those bigger objectives. And that's why I suggested earlier that you check them against your objectives. Are they really getting you, are these three things, these three items that you plan to do today or tomorrow or whatever day we're talking about, are they going to get you closer to your overall objectives for your business? In fact, I would suggest that you use these three steps to set them in conjunction with your monthly, quarterly, annual targets. List those top items that you can do, that you want to accomplish each month, and then the 3 daily tasks could be subsets or steps of those actual objectives. And I think that's pretty exciting. And while it sounds simple, it's not as easy to implement as you might think. And I highly recommend that you stop it. That you start, excuse me. And my good friend Zig Ziglar, I love this quote from him. He said, and I quote, "Lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem." End of quote. I hope you found this helpful. I would suggest you start watching, be on the lookout for some upcoming sessions that I call mastermind sessions that we plan to offer for clients and new clients and prospects. I just think that if you found this type of tactic, this type of presentation helpful, these mastermind groups can be very beneficial to you. I'm John Ellsworth, the president and founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want you to know that I'll be out here cheering for you, and I hope you find this presentation and its content very helpful. Thank you very much.